Alright, this is program number 3. So here we are going to do some other things within those cases, showing how we can actually not just output some text, but actually perform some variable manipulation as well. So this is our program shown here. So let's get to this and write this program out. So we're going to start off. We're taking copy orders on this one. So we're going to do a console write line. We're going to say copy sizes 1 equals small, 2 equals medium, 3 equals large. It's asking us to do a console write for this one, so remember how that doesn't move the cursor. Please enter your selection. Now we're going to get a string here, a string variable. We haven't used string variables in a while. And we're going to say console read line. Now the one thing that's weird here, every other time we've done this, we've had to convert. This time we don't need to convert. And why is that? Because we are putting this into a string variable, and the data we actually get when we do console read line is we get a string. So we actually have it in the correct format when it comes in, so we don't have to convert it. Which is kind of nice. Saving us one step there. Let's put a comment up here. So we are going to do a switch based on that string variable. So we have case quotation marks because we're using a string variable. If we have a 1, or if they didn't really understand what they were supposed to enter, if they type in small as well, because 1 or small, same thing. If they do either of those things, that will be our first case. We're going to end that with a break. Let's copy this format out a couple times. We're going to have a 2 or medium. Or 3. Break should have a semicolon after it. 3 or a large. The last one's going to be default. A break. So what are we going to put in here? So what we're actually going to do in each of these things is we're actually going to do a little bit of data manipulation here. So we're going to create another variable. I'm going to define this up at the top here. Got to do this. Create another variable. It's going to be decimal variable. Really exotic on our variables today. This one's going to be a cost. We're going to initialize it at 0.0 m. So we use decimal variables. We can put an m on the end there. It's going way back to the very first or second week. So let's change this depending on what size they order, because different sizes are going to be different costs. So let's say cost is going to be equal to 1.5 M if they get a small, or cost will be equal to 1.75 M or 2.0 M, depending on what they're ordering. Okay, so that is basically picking different costs. And for our default, if we don't get a small, medium, or large, we're actually just going to tell them they did something wrong. So we'll say please select 1, 2, or 3. Okay, and then at the end, after we're done all this code, we're going to say console write line please insert. We're actually going to tell them the price. So argument 0 and our variable is cost that we put in there. So that should actually tell them please insert and then whatever we figured out the cost was. Alright, so this program should prompt them to enter small, medium, or large, and then calculate the cost based on that. And then return the cost to the user. So let's see if that works. And here we go. Here we go. Alright, so coffee sizes. Can't spell coffee. We'll fix that later. Coffee sizes. 1 equals small, 2 equals medium, 3 equals large. Please enter your selection. We should put a space after there too, so the cursor moves over a little bit. Let's get a 1. Please insert $1.5. Nice. Put a $sign in there too. Do that. Make that look nice. Spell coffee right. Let's test this again. Let's try it with a 2. Nice. Let's try it with a, let's try writing the word large. Here's the thing with strings, they need to match exactly. So that is large. That works. What if I spell it with a capital? See if that takes it. Invalid selection. Please insert $0. Okay, so it doesn't tell me just to still insert the money anyway. So if I spell it with a capital, it doesn't recognize it because that doesn't match the text string. It has to be small l, small a, small r, small g, small e, no spaces or anything to match that text string exactly. So capital L doesn't match. That is a match. And if I just do that, that doesn't match. That's an invalid selection. Okay, so that is using, this time we used a string for our case. And we actually changed a variable inside the case and then output our result in the end based on that as well. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more sophisticated each time we do this now. So that was program number 3.